Guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Lisa. On some of my past videos, I got comments from some viewers requesting that I do some more basic cake designs, more basic cake decorating techniques, the ones for beginners, maybe some easier cake recipes, things like that. So if you are a beginner, then this video is for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So let's just jump on in. Nothing says easy like a box cake mix. But let's kick it up a notch by adding Oreos to cover up that cake box taste we all hate. I'm making a quarter sheet cake, which is a 9 by 13, so I had to use 2 cake mixes in order to have enough batter. Now, by all means, if you want to make your cake from scratch, hey, go to it. I'm just trying to show an easy way to bake and decorate a cake for this video. So you prepare the batter by following the instructions on the box. Then you crush some Oreos and stir that into the batter. It's such an easy and delicious way to make a cake, and no one will ever know you started with a box mix. Then just pour your batter into a greased and floured pan. I made a video on how to make professional pan grease. I'll include a link down in the description if you'd like that recipe. And once you get it in the pan, all you have to do is bake. Now here I'm banging it to release air bubbles. Once baked, I let it cool for a little bit and then I wrap it in plastic wrap and let it chill overnight in the fridge. And now it's time to make the filling. I took some of my regular buttercream, I thinned it down with water, and then I'm adding crushed Oreos to the buttercream. And I like to leave some big chunks in there because that's, fun when you're eating. I always add filling to my sheet cakes because, why not? I mean, just because it's a sheet cake doesn't mean it can't have some filling. Now, if you're saying, hey, look, I just have canned icing from the store, you can crush up Oreos in it and add it to it just as well. You don't have to have homemade, just as a suggestion for your cakes. Once I get the filling the way I like it, I put the top back on and I immediately decide I don't like how brown this is. I had the lower heating element go out in my oven the other day, so I bought a new heating element and it really overbaked this cake. I don't like dry cake. I mean, to me, the worst thing in the world is to have dry cake, so I decide to just cut it off. And that's something you can do if you overbake yours. Just go, cut all the dryness off. Don't like doing that, but it's better than having dry cake. You could also use simple syrup, but it's a little bit late for me to add simple syrup because I already put filling, and usually Oreo cakes are super moist too. So this is, an anomaly. It's probably the heating element. I may have to make some adjustments to the oven, but anyway, I cut it off. Easily done. And then the next step is crumb coating. That's very important. I also made a video on the why and how to crumb coat. I will include a link to that in the description box down below. And while you're down there looking around, hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you find this video helpful, so YouTube will share it to more people. I would appreciate it. Once I finish with the crumb coat, I put it back in the fridge and let it chill for at least 15-20 minutes because it is so much easier. I mean, so much easier, people. So much easier. Am I getting that point across? To work on a chilled cake than it is to work on a room temperature cake. I like to apply my icing using a bag with a coupler, no tip. I find that it gives an even amount of icing all over the cake instead of putting on a big amount and then scraping it back off with a scraper. I just prefer to do it this way. Do it whatever way works best for you. So I put the icing on with a bag, I smooth it as well as I can with a spatula, and then I go over it with a Viva paper towel. Now I'm not really concerned with the top and bottom edges because I am going to be putting a border on this cake, so I'm just really wanting to make sure the top of the cake is as smooth as I can get it because the rest will be decorated. So let me teach you how to make a shell border. It's one of the most used borders, and don't be intimidated by it. It's very easy to make. The tip does all the work. You're going to start just a little bit above the surface. Now I'm using a tip number 32, but you can use any star tip. When you squeeze like I'm doing here, the icing pushes the bag up. So that's how it fans out. So you're squeezing, it pushes the icing up, and then you bring it down while you're squeezing and stop squeezing and wipe it off. So it goes up, wipe it off, goes up, bring it back down, wipe it off. And you'll start the second shell right where the first shell ended. So it's just squeeze, let it fan out, bring the tip up, and as you wipe it down, you're stopping squeezing. If you don't stop squeezing, you'll get a really long tail, but you can cover that up with the next shell. You could just put it on top of it, but it's a very quick shell quick border once you get used to doing it. So again, it's just squeeze, the icing moves the tip up and it fans out. And when you see that, you start going down with the tip and wipe it off and stop squeezing when you're wiping it off. What I want to show you next is how to make a rosette. If you can make a circle, you can make a rosette. These are very easy to make, and if you don't know how to make buttercream roses, these come in really handy. So you're going to squeeze, you're going to pull out, and you're just going to circle around. Now, if you can pretend that that is, say, a face of a clock, you're going to squeeze in the center, pull out to 9 o'clock, and then just spin around. I'm using a tip 1M. So again, it's squeeze, pull out to the left, like at 9 o'clock position, go up, go around, and then stop squeezing and pull off. Very easy to make. Really, it's just squeezing and going around in a circle. So, I think they're really nice on a cake. They're a nice substitution. Like if you don't know how to make buttercream roses or other flowers, these still look like flowers, especially when you put leaves around them. So for this cake, I'm doing opposite corners, but I am having them mirror each other, so each corner will look the same. And basically, I'm doing different colors, but they're all basically rosettes. So I've put 2 large ones in, and then I go back with, like, here's a lavender one and a small blue one. You can do it using different tips. Mainly I use the 1M tip. Using tip 366, I pull out some leaves. I use thinner consistency icing for leaves. That way you get the point at the end, but it's really easy to do leaves. You just squeeze. The tip does all the work for you. But I go ahead and I put them in, and I'm intentionally leaving the center of the cake plain because this cake is just for you guys. I don't have it for anybody. I just made it for a simple cake design. But at home, you could write Happy Mother's Day or, Happy Birthday or whatever. Anyway, the cake's done. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up so YouTube will share it. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.